Hi, everyone, and welcome to Costco World. And we have a sweet show for you today, don't we, Jane?
Oh, my gosh, it is so sweet. You're going to want to tune in and watch everything because we've got some dishes we want to show you right now that Randy is going to teach you how to make. Who doesn't want honey shrimp? Oh, my God, look how gorgeous this looks. And we want you guys to stay to the very end because he has a very special dessert. It is do-it-yourself creme brulee using a flamethrower that is so easy to use, and this is delicious. Randy, take it away.
Some of our
Start
wonderful
cooking.
honey. But what we're going to do first, we're going to start with the honey shrimp because that's just like a really fun, beautiful seasonal recipe. And Jane, what I'd like you to do is go ahead and I'm going to put if you could help me out here, and
I'll stir.
We're going to saute. And any of you out there that have some great recipes that you use honey for, go ahead and send those in to us. Tell us where you're from. We'd love to hear from you.
And you know what? Send those recipes to Quick and Easy, A-N-D, at Costco.com. And who knows, we may feature that on another show.
Now, while she's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and make this marinade. I wish we had smell-o-vision because this is so good. You're going to love it. And this recipe makes 3 servings, so it may not be enough for after you taste it. You might just want to eat it all yourself. Maybe for one other person, there might be enough. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and we put in a ½ a cup of honey. We're going to put in a ¼ cup of soy sauce. How's that looking over there, Jane?
These peppers are smelling great.
Thanks for helping me out on that. We're going to put in our garlic. Garlic makes everything just so good. And then our ginger. We're putting in 1 tablespoon of ginger. We're going to round out the flavor with 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. And I'm going to stir that up here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put this into the pan once these peppers have sauteed down.
They're getting there, Randy.
And we're going to make our finishing sauce for this. And what you're going to see is you're going to start to see the air start to come out, the liquid. We're going to start evaporating it so that we can get this reduced down. Jane, you know what's really interesting? When the bees are bringing the nectar back to the hive, they actually flap their wings to dehydrate in the honeycomb.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So if you have a...
I'm going to go and pour that in.
Randy,
go ahead and saute that.
if you have all of those bees doing that, how long does it take to dehydrate? Do you have any idea?
I don't, but I know they all work in unison. It's pretty neat. You know that it takes, this is really an interesting fact, it takes about 750 bees to fly 55,000 miles and pollinate over 1 million flowers just to get 1 pound of honey. And Kirkland Signature Honey, in this bottle that you buy right here, it's got 3 pounds. So you can imagine over 2,200 bees it takes just to make this. So we're not the only ones here cooking today. We had a whole hive helping us out.
They had a whole hive, but you know what's interesting? That is their whole life's work.
It is.
Making that, and I think, gee, I'd kind of be happy making honey. I mean, it's...
Now, Jane, I have a chef's secret for you today.
What?
A lot of times people go to cook their shrimp and they get it rubbery, you know, when it's just kind of
it's chewy.
Just too chewy. You can't have chewy shrimp. So what I'm going to show you today is you just want to blanch your shrimp, and what we're going to do is you want to bring your water up to 165. And then put your shrimp in. You're going to bring those back up to temperature at 165.
You're almost there, kiddo.
Are we there? Yep,
yeah.
We're there. And then I'm going to grab my spatula down here. And we're going to go ahead and take those out. And we're going
look how gorgeous they are.
Put those right over the top of our rice.
They're gorgeous.
Now, this is the quinoa rice that I also buy at Costco. You know, value, selection, quality, everything. Jane, every time, you know, I go to Costco, I get so inspired to make these recipes because there's just so much to select from. And they pretty much have everything that I always need. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and lay these shrimp beautifully right over the top. And then, how's that coming over there, Jane?
You know what? It smells. I wish everybody could just see and smell this because it smells delicious and it looks delicious. I don't know. Can they see in the pan right now? I don't know if they can.
It kind of has this mysterious kind of this. I think it's the ginger. And then what we're going to do, because this is going to take a few minutes, I'm going to show you here with the sauce. This already is finished with the peppers in it, and you're just going to pour that right over the top.
Boy, you can be the star of your kitchen if you make that.
Right?
Yeah.
Look at that. It just looks like holiday jewels right there. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and put in a few pomegranate oreals. And those are just pretty, just to kind of decorate the plate and add just a little pop of color.
Oh, those look gorgeous. Not just for the holidays,
beautiful.
right? Can't you find those fresh and frozen later on in the year?
Frozen.
Yeah.
Frozen. This is the time to kind of get them fresh. And then we're going to take some scallions to add a little green and put that right over the top. There we go.
When do I get some? At the end of the show?
Yeah, we don't want you to eat in front of everybody.
Well,
that may not be polite.
Only in front of maybe 200,000 of my closest friends?
There you go.
Okay.
And then we're going to finish it off with some sesame seeds. And there you go.
Oh, Randy, that is
There's the honey ginger
gorgeous.
shrimp. Isn't that beautiful? All right. Next, we're going to move over to the salad. What I'm trying to create for you all today is really basically a full meal just using the Kirkland Signature Honey. And one other thing I wanted to tell you about the honey that I thought was really interesting is Costco does this amazing job with sourcing their honey, and that you can actually, by the lot number on the honey, you can actually trace it back to the hive and to the beekeeper. And one thing that's really good that people don't realize is actually buying honey helps the farmers to be able to do more research and to be able to have healthier hives. So it's really, really good, Jane, to buy as much as you can and try to buy, of course, at Costco, because they do such a good job. The other thing that's really interesting that I found out before I did the show is that all of the honeys are regional to wherever your warehouses are. So like Washington has their own honey, Northern California. If you don't have hives just within your state, then they do a regional honey that brings together all of the honey from those areas that you're in the United States.
Randy, talk a little bit about
cool.
maybe the color of honey and the fact that depending on the flora that the bees are eating.
Right. So depending on what the bees are eating, what their food source is, it will determine the color of the honey. So like in California, they have a lot of citrus, so they'll be feeding on orange blossoms, on lemon blossoms. So that's going to be a lighter sort of golden color. And then up here in Washington State, where they have a lot more of the fireweed and the brushweed, that's what they're going to use as their pollen and as their nectar. They're going to be more of a darker color, sort of like the Arizona honey.
Randy, Kathy would love a granola bar recipe using honey. So Kathy, if you send your request in to Quick and Easy at Costco.com, I'll make sure Randy gets it and he'll develop one just for you.
I will.
But you need to let me know how to find you then, okay?
Thanks, Kathy, for sending that in. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this amazing vinaigrette. This vinaigrette is, I think it's one of the very best, and it'll make any salad taste fabulous. What I've done is I just take my lettuce. You can use butterhead lettuce. You can use the mix you get at Costco. And I went ahead and I put in half a cup of balsamic vinegar. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in 4 tablespoons of my honey.
Look at that gorgeous honey.
Now, Jane, somebody told me that you went out. Did you put on a bee suit?
Randy.
That you went out and you were like playing with the bees or something?
Not the birds and the bees, just the bees. And for you Washingtonians, I did this up on Whidbey Island.
There you go.
WHIDBY Island. And I had some friends that are local bee people up there, and they let me do that. And it was really quite a great experience. So did you put a picture in?
I think we did do a picture. Let's take a look. Let's see what that is, what Jane was doing out there. I think that, did you actually collect the honey there?
We did collect the honey, and what they do to the honey after they collect it is just fascinating. Looking at the whole comb is just fascinating. It's a whole world that we're not privy to. So if you ever get an opportunity to go to a local beekeeper, do, and see if they'll let you put on that suit.
It looked like you were having fun.
We were having a lot of fun.
I want to wear a bee suit.
And you know what? I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
Because you're really safe in that suit.
Right.
I was not scared at all.
Well, you had a big smile on your face.
I know. Well,
So
I
you
was
look
shocked
happy.
that I was doing this, to be honest.
So I just put in a little bit of the pomegranate juice. I put in 2 tablespoons of that. I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I'm going to put in our olive oil, 2/3 of a cup of the EVOO. And that's a whole nother incredible story at Costco, how they get their olive oil. I wrote an article on it for Costco Connection, which is great. And you can look that up. 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And then I'm going to put a tablespoon of soy sauce. and a little bit of
Hey guys,
black
I'm going to
pepper.
do one shout out today, and for the person that is the furthest away. So if you want to write in and tell us where you're from, one lucky person's going to get a shout out today.
All right.
What do you think about that?
I love it. I put in a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then Dijon. Now, don't worry about any of these recipes. They're all on the Quick and Easy site, and they're also on my site at randyaltig.live. So you're going to be able to have 2 spots that you can get those and not worry about that. Then what I'm going to do, put this into my Cuisinart. We're going to mix that up. Just like that. Boom.
You know what's nice about all of your recipes, Randy? They're
What's that?
easy, and anybody can do them. You really can.
They're really quick, they're really easy, and they'll make you the star of your own kitchen, star of your own show. Okay, I've got it already in here. What I'm gonna do is I always like to dress the salad first, and then I like to put the toppings on, and that way they don't kind of get drowned out inside of the salad itself. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add some blue cheese crumbles just to round out the vinegar flavor. Makes it really, really beautiful. And it's fun just to find like any kind of a bowl that I did a wood bowl here. You can find any kind of a found object. I love going to garage sales and finding neat pieces that might have a story with them. Nothing has to match. Mixing and matching, eclectic, it's kind of what it's all about. My mom used to tell me when we broke something, don't worry, that's the look we're going for. So there you go. We put in a little bit of pear. I leave the skin on the pear just to give texture and color. I'm going to use pomegranate orioles again, which is really beautiful.
So beautiful.
And then I'm going to top it off. Again, Costco and their incredible cheese department. I have my Parmesan Reggiano already there.
Randy, talk about Parmesan Reggiano for just a quick second. Can you freeze that when it's shredded?
You know, you don't want to because it'll actually, you don't want to dehydrate it any more than it is, but you can just, keep it in the refrigerator, keep it airtight, and it'll be great. It's one of those things that I like to use in so many recipes. I just seem to go through it, really fast. But there's our beautiful salad right there.
It's stunning.
Isn't that beautiful?
Stunning.
And now we're going to move down to the honey creme brulee. Now, most people just use sugar in their creme brulee. I went ahead and used the different honeys from around the United States to make this one. Jane, can you help me out with it?
I can. You know what's nice when you're buying Costco Kirkland Signature Honey, you're supporting your local beekeepers, which is great. I mean, you're supporting local business, and I think that's just so incredibly important.
So I'm going to ask you if you would, let's see, grab that spatula right there, that white one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and bring it down here. I'm going to have you stir in here.
Okay.
And we're going to start making our creme brulee, and I'm going to add in 3 cups of heavy cream.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
And then we're going to kind of make this a little bit different. I went to Costco and I found we're going to put in 1 cup of milk, whole milk, and some salt. But I found vanilla beans at Costco.
Oh.
Which.
Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought?
And we're going to go ahead and throw that in. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and slice it open, and then we're just going to throw it in there like this. Look at this. Costco sells these just like this. It's wonderful. I mean, I don't know, these are like extra long. These actually come from an orchid. A lot of people don't know that. Okay, go ahead and stir that.
I am.
And then what we're going to do is once that's steeped there, if you want to go ahead and...
I'm going to put my iPad down. Can I put this right here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to go
no
put
problem.
this down real quickly over here.
There we go.
I'm coming back.
All right.
Okay.
So oh my gosh, this smells so good already. Why don't you just go ahead and pour that through here? And what we're doing, everybody, is we're going to strain this so that we get the vanilla bean and any of the little pieces in the seeds like that out. And you go ahead and put that back on the burner. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this back in.
Do I need to stir?
You're going to continue to stir because now we're going to add the liquid gold.
Okay.
We're going to add the honey.
All right.
Now, I was reading, Jane, and I don't know if you knew this, but in the Roman times, they used to use honey to pay their taxes because it was so big.
Was it a commodity?
Well, you think about it. They didn't have the hives like we have today. So think
That's probably true.
Right? So go ahead and let's blend all that in.
That's interesting. So, gee, how much was it worth? Do we know?
enough to pay your taxes. I'd like to use it to pay my taxes, especially when you can buy it.
Let's try it. Let's see what King County says about that, right?
Yeah, right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make my custard mixture now. So we're going to take 9 egg yolks. That's why I love Costco. They sell those huge. I think, what do you get, 24? And I'm going to, is that how many in those eggs there? Is it 24?
Yeah, well, I think you can buy them a number of ways. There's bigger flats and smaller flats.
Yeah, but I can make any recipe when I'm shopping at Costco. We're going to put a 1/4 cup of sugar, and I'm going to go ahead.
Randy, this is like
and mix that up.
Unbelievable. I would never have probably attempted this without you demonstrating.
Well, it's simple. These are those recipes, everybody, that people get so worried about, and they're like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. This is just for a fancy restaurant. No, you can do it anytime in your own home, and why not? Okay, so Jane, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you go ahead and pour that in your. Now, when you're pouring it, I just want you to go slow with it, okay? Because
I will try.
We got to sort of temper it.
Okay, am I doing it good?
You're doing it good. Going to go a little faster. And we're going to go ahead and add that into our egg mixture. And there we go. Beautiful.
Okay, I tried.
You got it. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and stir that up.
It's already making me hungry.
Stirred in.
I promised to shout out while Randy's stirring, and I have to say, I think Shanghai won over Newark and Pennsylvania.
Oh, wonderful.
Newark, where I was born.
Hi, Shanghai.
Hi, Shanghai. You were the furthest.
There we go. All right. So this is our custard mixture. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put those into a water bath. So what I like to take is, a baking dish like this, put my ramekins in, fill them 3/4 of the way up, and then I go ahead and put my water in there. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in my oven for 35 to 40 minutes. And just kind of check your oven and just kind of see, how your oven works and the temperature, and you want to watch it just to where it starts to kind of jiggle just a little bit, but at the same time that it's firm. And you can also stick a toothpick in and make sure that that it comes out clean. Once that comes out, Jane.
Yes.
This is what you're going to have.
That is stunning.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
Now it's not finished yet because we're going to put a topping on it, and the topping. This is the fun part. Okay, we're going to put a sugar topping on where you just take your white sugar, put it over the top. My parents used to take us to these fancy restaurants. They do that at the table.
And you always wanted that, right?
And you never knew how to do it. And then you can buy these torches at any kitchen supply or online, and these are really great.
How do you fill them? Do you fill them?
You do. Yeah, you fill them right down in the bottom. They come with a canister, and you just
pop it in.
You pop it in, and you fill it up. And here we go. And we're going to go ahead, and we're going to light that here.
Look at that.
There we go.
Boy, will you be the star in your kitchen if you do that?
A lot of drama here, but the guests love it.
I'm loving it.
And you're going to get it all caramelized just like this.
So
don't get too close to me, Jane. I don't want.
Don't cut my hair up. Do not do that.
There we go.
How do you know when it's done? What's the color?
There you go.
Are you going to show them?
That's the brulee.
Okay.
There you go, just like that. And then what we're going to do, we're going to put these into the refrigerator for about 2 to 3 hours just to get this caramel crust on there cold to a cracking stage. And then once we have that, we're going to go ahead and put on.
Oh my gosh, Randy, I can smell. You can
orange
smell
zest.
that topping. It smells like really wonderful.
Jane, can I tempt you with a bite?
Oh my God, please.
Just a little one. I'm not
going
to feed you.
How about a big one? How about a big one?
Any size you want. I'm going to hand that to you.
What's with the little one?
There you go.
All right, here's the.
Tell me what you think.
Here's from my mouth to your ears. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Isn't that wonderful? Just the right amount of orange and the right amount of honey. It's
the right amount of everything.
It's perfect, isn't it? Now, I have a surprise for you.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
More than this?
Yeah, I was getting busy in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I thought, what can I do? We have all this great food, but during this time of year when, you know, it's cold outside and it's rainy and maybe you get a little bit of a scratchy throat. And my grandmother used to always tell me about putting honey in hot tea. And I thought, what can I do that would be interesting and different? And I made, with Kirkland Signature Honey, a honey cough drop that you can also put on a lollipop as a cough drop.
How clever is that?
But wait, there's more.
What?
Put it into your tea and stir it, and it starts to dissolve into your tea.
Oh, how?
And it makes a very soothing tea.
Look at that.
This I brought as a surprise for you. These are the molds. How easy.
Randy, that is like amazing.
This is my surprise recipe today. And then I also bought to make honey bears. We have this little honey bear here, and this is what they look like when they're done.
Oh, I want a honey
And this
bear.
is so easy, everybody. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on randyaltig.live. We're going to hopefully also have the recipe on
you know what?
Quick and
If
Easy.
you want the recipe, we'll put it up on Quick and Easy for you. Also, if you want it, write into Quick and A&D Easy at Costco.com, and we'll send it to you over email. So these are the cutest things
Can
ever.
I just hand that to you?
Yeah.
So these are the little cough drop lollipop. Here's the great thing about these: you don't have to you don't have to be sick to eat these. These are so good.
These are delicious.
I'm just going to take a bite. Now, speaking of eating and speaking of being healthy, coming up on our next show, we're going to be talking about protein and losing weight, right?
That's right. And we have a fabulous supplier of ours, Orgain, does a wonderful protein powder, and Randy, the genius of the recipe in the kitchen, is going to go ahead and design 3 recipes that you are not going to want to miss, because you are going to want to take those pounds off for the spring and summer looking good, right?
Hey, Jane, is it okay if I ask if they send in a recipe they'd like to see me develop with the Orgain?
Yeah, they should send it to you or send it to us, and we'll get it over to you.
That'd be great.
Quick and easy at Costco.com, and we'll make sure he gets it, okay?
All right, Jane, I think that's pretty much 3 things to do with honey, which I'm ready to go ahead and sweeten up my night tonight.
You know what? I want to know which of these recipes were their favorite.
Okay.
Okay, guys, let us know. Please let us know.
That'd be fun. And by the way, if you're ever in the warehouse and you see one of us in there, stop and say hi. We'd love to meet you, hear about your favorite recipes, and maybe even something you'd like to see on the show that we can make for you. Okay?
I love that.
All right, that's it.
Okay, that's
So there's
it.
our show, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.